All right, it's date fails time. This is going to be a fun one. I love when I have a guy and a girl because I feel like I get a little bit of everybody's perspective. By the way, what did you think of that mattress read I did? Did you think that was pretty solid? Did you like that ad?
I mean, you did it in one take, and it sounded
Thank you.
amazing to
Thank
me.
you.
I couldn't have done it that well.
I'm a big fan of mattresses. You know, I have a mattress. I like a good you can't have a shitty mattress.
No, it's what you spend
Mattresses are important.
It's
Right?
like 1/4 of your life, 1/3 of your life.
1/4 of maybe 1/4 of your life if you're an alcoholic. I
Like
don't know.
if there's 24 hours in a day and you sleep 8 hours, that's 1/3.
It's a third of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
If
more than
you-
a fourth.
Who
Actually,
sleeps 8 hours though? Like, how much do you sleep?
I do try to get 8 hours. I'm not gonna lie.
You do?
I need at least 7 to function. Like if I consistently get under 7 hours, I'll get sick. I'll literally feel like I have a cold.
Interesting. You should go to get an immunity boost at the Jamba Juice over there.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Do you get the whole 7 hours in one session? Because I kind of sleep like 5, and then I try to sneak in like a nap during the day sometimes.
I love naps, but I don't really do them. So I do need to do like a solid 7 because I don't do the napping.
Do you use anything to help you sleep? I can't sleep.
No, but I am a sensitive sleeper, so I actually sleep with earplugs in. So I can't do sound at all. But I don't take anything. But
Guys
as
that
long
date
as-
me wear earplugs all the time. Actually,
snore?
Not just at night, just all day, all
no.
night. They just don't want to hear me.
24/7 when you're
yeah,
around?
Yeah, anytime I come over, 1 sec, babe, and they put the earplugs in, and so that's why relationships for me they last longer than average. I think because no
That's
one
cool.
can hear me.
I have a sound machine in my room that somebody bought me.
Really?
Yeah, it just
What
sounds like a
sound?
fan, sort of. Like it's just like a little box. You hit it when you go to bed. It's like,
Like a whirring sound. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that helps you sleep? You enjoy the fan sound?
you know what? I don't turn it on to sleep, but once I'm falling asleep, I switch it on, and it keeps me asleep better, I think.
It
Maybe.
does.
Yeah.
You know what? I have an Amazon Alexa, and I only use it. This is so funny. I didn't buy it. It was a gift, which I love. Mom, thank you. But I only really use it as an alarm clock to play music. And to sleep, I use it as like a sound machine. Like I'll go, Alexa, play ocean sounds. And then she does. But what's really funny about it is sometimes she thinks you're talking to her when you're not. Like I'll have someone on speakerphone and they'll say something close to Alexa, like exit at or something. And then she'll wake up and start talking. And a couple times it's scared the shit out of me because I'll
Yeah.
be alone in my apartment.
That's scary.
I'll be watching a show. Someone on the show will be named like Alex, and then they'll be like Alex, and then she'll be like, "Hello, how can I?" Like she'll say something from the other room. I'm like, "Fuck."
You're like,
I have my Xbox set up, so if you say Xbox on, it'll turn the TV on, the amp on, the cable box on. Like it shoots signals everywhere through the Kinect. And like if it hears something that sounds like Xbox on, all of a sudden the TV's playing real loud. And it's like it's the same thing.
I think I'm crazy because sometimes when I'm bored at home alone, I'll try to have conversations with Alexa just to see
Does she
what she'll
talk
say.
back to you?
Well, yeah. What's so funny though is she has a girl's voice, but I'm convinced that she's a man because if you say, Alexa, I love you, she'll go, oh, that's nice, thank you. Like she'll never say I love you too. If you say,
keeps her distance.
I've done that to Siri.
Yeah.
It's similar.
really?
Yeah, she'll be like, I'm glad you feel that way about me, or something like, I don't have the capability of that, or just something weird. Like there's all these sorts of responses they give you.
I get angry. So one day I kept trying to get her to say, I would go, Alexa, tell me I'm beautiful. And she would be like, I am not programmed to give you that information. Like some dumb shit. She wouldn't say anything nice to me. Right. So she won't say anything nice. But if you say, Alexa, add cocaine to my shopping list, she'll go, no problem. Cocaine has been added. Like, it's crazy.
Alexa's the plug. Like she, she's like, I got you on that one.
She really is. Guys, my guests today are both fantastic. I've had one of them on before, and I asked him back because I thought that your stories were so funny, and you date more than anyone I know. I mean, this motherfucker, every time I see him, he's dated like 4 more girls. And by the way, the texts you send me that women send to you make me feel sane. And that's part of our friendship
keep
that
doing it then.
I really value. It makes me feel normal.
All right. Sometimes I wonder, like, I feel like when I send my friends things, they get annoyed.
I love it.
My friends, like, they're all married. They don't want to see that shit, you know? Like,
I love it.
I'm curious now. What text messages do you send?
Oh my God, we're going to talk about it. But comedian Brian Monarch, everyone. Brian Monarch.
Thank you, everybody.
And I have the gorgeous and talented. I met you because I shot an anti-cuddling public service campaign. And how if you don't love a girl, you shouldn't cuddle her. And if you're doing that, I would like to stab you in the dick. But anyway, so I was asking around, like, who's a great actress who's funny and has great timing? And like 3 guys were like, you got to hit up Sherelle. She's so great. And now I love all the videos you make. You make hilarious videos. And of course, your photos are amazing because you're stunning. So everyone, Sherelle Patrice. Woo! Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I love that you showed up, by the way, so glammed out. I can't wear eye makeup today. I almost came here on a pirate eye patch.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I was walking down the street yesterday and some shit just flew. I was walking by a construction site. And by the way, no one catcalled me, which I am offended by. But something.
You're hot, by the way.
Thank
I'm just
you.
putting that
Wow.
out. Like, I see your pictures on Instagram, and I'm like, this bitch is bad.
Well,
Just,
that's
There's lots
really
of
sweet.
social media going around, like saying catcalling's bad. Maybe they're just learning.
I always appreciate a good cat call. It doesn't mean I'm going to come for you. Not when you're driving by, though. I don't like the car ones, right?
then
But
it's sleazy.
yeah, but if it's a construction guy, just like, hey, baby, I'm
That's
not gonna.
classy.
I'm
yeah.
like, hey.
That's how, no, it's like how you judge. You're like, oh, I still got it. Like, or I look good today. It's like you
Yes.
just need that little bit of like confirmation.
You know what I think it is? I think cat calls in your 20s are annoying. Any attention in your 30s, you're like, thank God. Like, that's it. I'm just
Right.
so grateful that anyone's still looking. But anyway, I got something in my eye yesterday. It flew in. It was like a piece of birch or some shit. I don't know what it was. But I could not open my eye. And I was walking into the nail salon. And so I walk in the nail salon, my tears just streaming down my face. And everyone there knows me because I go there all the time. And they're all like, what's wrong? What did he do now? They all assume it's a guy. I'm like, no, there's something in my eye. So I went home and I had a really hot date last night that I was so excited about. I had to cancel it. I had to cancel my show. I was supposed to be at the Ha Ha. I had to cancel everything.
What was in your eye though?
Well, I think it was just a piece of, like maybe a little tiny piece of gravel or wood or something, but I think it scratched my eyeball. And I've had that happen once before. And so, like, when that happens, it's just your eye, it kind of swells up.
Or it
and
just
you
gets
can't.
stuck in there, probably.
Yeah, it
I mean,
might
looks
have
great
been.
now. I don't see
Thank
any
you.
Yeah,
redness.
like
Thank
these look
you.
like normal. Like it doesn't look
Thank
like
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
traumatic eye experience.
It was weird because I could see it. The green part of my eye had like a little white, like almost like it looked like a scrape on it or something. And I have, luckily, I have this stuff in my house from the last time I had an eye incident, a sex-related eye injury. So I happen to have this solution to flush out your eye. So I flushed it all night and I just laid up like a loser.
Damn SRE eyes.
What's that?
A sex-related eye injury.
Oh, yeah. I got one once. Have you ever had a sex-related eye injury?
No, I can't.
Guys don't get
I
it.
don't
Did you have
think
to
I
like
have.
poke you in your eye? Like what?
He didn't poke me, but I talk about this on stage, but like I hooked up with this guy and he was like, I want to come on your face.
Oh, it got in your eye?
And it went
blinded you?
straight in my eye. It was like he was aiming for, well, because I closed my eyes.
So
'cause-
yeah, that's happened. I thought you meant to me. No, nothing to me.
Oh, you've done that to a chick where it got in
Yeah,
her
yeah,
eye?
yeah.
Dude, it's
Not on purpose.
so bad for your eye, it turns out. Did you know that you can get like STDs in your eyeball?
Oh my God. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's really bad. My eye got real inflamed and I couldn't drive. And then I was on my way to a meeting and when the sun hit my eye, it started to flare up and I had to go to the emergency room. And the eye doctor at the emergency room asked what happened.
Well, this is just great. Condoms aren't bad enough. Now we got to start wearing goggles.
Well, I didn't want to lie.
Did you tell him the truth? Were you like,
I did.
this
Because-
guy came in my eye?
Yeah, because I was like, what if, I don't know
Something
what.
he needs to know. Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if I
yeah.
lie, what if you can get an STD in your eye? And it turns out the doctor goes, hey, it's very common and you can get STDs in your eye.
Oh my
So they actually had to run so I don't know how they even did it. They ran some kind of like STD panel on my eyeball.
I'm glad you don't have eye syphilis.
And my eye is not pregnant, guys.
That's
so that's good. But
Good to hear.
this is a great opening. This is a
Yeah.
good story. Anyway, so enough about me and my eye injury. The point is, I'm not wearing eye makeup today because I can't. So that's
You look
why.
the same
But you
to
look
me.
gorgeous, so
You
like
guys, stop.
No, you
Thank
do.
you. So what's up with you two? First of all, Brian, yes, sends me the craziest. I mean, I almost want to open up the text thread from you and just start reading these.
do it. I'm
Can
gonna
we-
encourage you to.
Can we talk about the girl? Here's the first one, okay? Can we talk about the girl that was texting you saying, by the way, I would think a guy would love this. This girl's texting him that he's hooking up with saying, like, how she wants him to get naughtier with her and, like, what was she saying? Do you want to read it or just tell
I don't
me?
know which one that is.
She want
It's like
Jesus
dirty
Christ.
talk or something.
She's like, I want you to like fuck me in all these different places, and I want you to be like rough with me, and I want you to like
Come in my eye.
I want you to come in my eye and then drive me to the emergency room. No, I wish I had
looking
I
right
should have
now.
pulled up this text and been ready to go with it. Basically, she wants him to go all like, oh, she said she wanted to dress up in costumes and do like role playing.
Oh.
And he totally shut the bitch down.
I'm not into that stuff. Let me tell you something real fast. Maybe I'm plain Jane dude. I don't know. I don't like sex bags. There's nothing.
Wait, I'm sorry. What's a sex bag?
Like they bring over like a bag, and it's got like.
to sex bag.
I'll explain.
It's like what you get in a gifting suite when you go to like a party for an X-rated
Like
movie. They give
some
you a bunch
girls
of
trying to
sex
get
toys.
extra creative, and she brings over a bag, and it's got like a porn in it, and some blindfolds, and some like poofy handcuffs, and like some gel that tastes like strawberry. I don't want any of that shit around me. Like,
Why?
I just want you to be naked. I don't want lingerie. That's just not my thing.
So no like fun stuff. You just want like intercourse, bare bones.
I think we could have
nothing.
plenty of fun without that. Like I feel like it's just I don't want to taste all this crappy goop that you're
Well,
gonna
I mean,
put
I
on your
can agree
boobs.
with the strawberry goop.
we don't have to have the goop.
But like handcuffs,
Yeah.
maybe not furry handcuffs, but just handcuffs in general. You wouldn't go that route.
You wouldn't want to like handcuff the girl and have your way with her.
I
Isn't
like
that
to
hot?
be touched while we're having sex.
Well, I get that, but I mean, there's something fun to like.
I'm not really like I don't mind being dominant. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want her to be what's the word incapacitated.
or what if she handcuffs you?
Incapacitated. Doesn't that mean like passed out?
I don't think so. I think it just means you're not able to do things.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're right. I'm
One
gonna
of
have
us
to
is going to
Google
look
this
stupid
word.
tomorrow, but who knows?
Aaron, can you tell us what incapacitated means while we're having this conversation?
It does generally mean passed out, yeah.
That's what I
don't-
thought. Okay,
I'm
you mean
looking this
restrained.
shit
You
up.
don't want her to be restrained.
I don't want her to be restrained.
All right. Well, I mean, I understand. I don't know though, but I can see where she's coming from too. Like, it makes you
Yeah.
feel sexy as a woman, right?
I guess
I think it's fun. I think it's fun to like switch up stuff. Now I've never had a sex bag, but I put shit in my purse before. So
You're like, my purse is a full-time sex bag. It's ready
I
to
was
go.
Like, I guess I don't know if she had a separate bag than her purse
I've had-
or
She
What
brought
is
over
a
a
sex bag?
vibrator,
Here's my
and
sex
that was
bag.
fun. She brought over a vibrator. That was fun. You
What
know,
kind of vibrator?
It was
Wait,
like a red
where'd
one.
the vibrator go? Like, what happened? So I'm
Deprived of
all in your
strength.
business right
Deprived
now.
of strength
It's
or
fine.
power.
Incapacitated.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I don't know.
All right. Well, so it
I
could
feel like a
mean
housewife if she's like, I couldn't answer the door. I was incapacitated. Like she was busy. But that's not what it means. Yeah.
It's so hot though when a guy, if a guy ties you up
Mm-hmm.
and then is getting you off and you can't move, there's something really hot about the fact that like, because you know your natural instinct when a guy's getting you off is to move.
Right.
So that's all it is. It's just like a
I
kind
don't mind stuff like that once in a while. I just don't want a whole freaking party. Like,
You
don't run
wanna-
over
do you
20
want-
things we got to try to use in a
No,
half
I
hour.
think you gotta like. I mean, some couples are into like the craziness all the time, but I think I agree. I like here and there, like sometimes you just want to have normal sex, but I think it's fun to keep things exciting and like throw in. I'm not into goop like the strawberry.
Yeah, just stuff
I-
like that. I also feel like
not really
guys and
into that
girls are a
either.
lot different. Obviously, guys are from Mars, women are from Venus, type of thing. Like, I feel like girls love traveling, for instance. And don't get me wrong, everyone likes traveling, but not like girls like traveling. Like, I feel like,
Really?
yeah, I feel
Some
like
guys love to
I
travel.
think my friends and I feel like we just, it's cool, but it's not like the band, like we got to do it every few months.
Some guys, though, like my ex has been to like all 7 continents, and every time he has a week off, he goes to some other country. Or Jonathan Kite. Jonathan Kite, every time like his show's on hiatus, whatever, he's like never in the States. He's always traveling.
I love to travel.
Yeah.
I really
You do?
want to find a guy that I can travel with a lot because I just want to have sex in like different countries. So that's like now on my bucket list is like where are fun places internationally I can now have sex. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of on the bucket list now.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, okay, there's something to vacation sex and like not just vacation sex, but like, for instance, I got so hung up on this one guy, and I think it's because the first time that we hooked up was not in LA. We both live here, but we happened to both be in the same city for work at the time. And so the first time we hooked up was there, and then we were both there for a couple of days. So we ended up hanging out kind of for a few days, which makes you feel very relationship-y when you're like on that kind of a trip.
Right.
So it automatically in my mind, it like really fast forwarded the
that would
relationship.
scare me because I'd be like, oh great, now she thinks she's my girlfriend.
That's really what happened. So we got back to LA, and then he really like kind of pulled away and wasn't trying to hang. And then I started to be like, but I don't get it. Like he wanted to be with me the whole time. He kept coming back to see me on that trip.
You were vacation bae.
I was. I think I was vacation side chick actually. Is what I
Oh,
what I
you
determined.
had a
What
situation in LA.
Was another
Get a
dude-
girl.
Event-
Eventually, I
girl?
found out there was another girl back here. Yeah.
That's why.
That might be why he did that when you got back.
Well, obviously, now I know. By the way, I love that you just said bae. Can I just say, I feel almost guilty saying this, but I recently was dating a guy who is a little older than me, like 10 years older, and he would write me bae because I think he was trying to be like young and hip,
Right.
but then he would spell it B-A-Y.
Ah. You're trying to be
Hey,
cool.
bae.
That's funny. You're like, no, stop.
I almost, like, I wanted, and by the way, I wanted so bad to, like, compose a tweet about it and make a joke out of it, but he follows me on I hate when guys I date follow me on social media because then I can't make fun of them.
So you let them? Do you follow them back?
I don't follow guys I date normally on Instagram. I mean, every once in a while I will, but I find that, like, it's funny. I was just talking to a girlfriend last night. She called me upset because her boyfriend, who she's been dating for 5 months, she saw him liking a lot of his ex's stuff on
Big no-no.
Instagram.
How do you know when somebody's liking other people's stuff?
On
see
Instagram,
it.
you can see it.
It's
Like-
right in the, like, you go to, like, not the Discover page, but it's like a second page that'll show you
Like what that person
people are
liked.
liking, and it'll show you who they follow. And
Yeah.
what they
And
like.
and also if someone you follow is liking, like, let's say you like all Dave Chappelle's stuff and I follow you, but I don't follow Dave, then in the Discover page, Dave might start popping up. And then if I click on the photo, because I follow you, it'll say right there, like, Brian Monarch liked this photo. So it's not hard to notice. Also, if you're insecure, she might be like looking at his ex-girlfriend's photos or whatever. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like
yeah.
I noticed if we both follow the same person and you like it, it'll say, Kate Q funny like.
that's
this.
what I
That's
mean.
what, yeah.
Exactly.
that'll-
But, like, right under the
Instagram's like
post even.
snitching.
Yeah,
on
that's what I mean.
everyone.
Yeah, okay.
Instagram is telling on you.
Like, you can't low-key like someone's stuff anymore. It's like, no.
Yeah, but why would you? Also, like, if you're in a relationship, if I'm dating a guy, I'm very careful not to do shit to online to make him feel insecure. Why would
Yeah.
you do that?
Girls like doing that sometimes on purpose, I think.
I believe in, like, not keeping things separate. I mean, I have followed boyfriends and what before, but I don't look just because I feel like when you look for stuff, you're gonna find it. You're gonna find stuff that's
Exactly.
gonna annoy
On
you.
Facebook, sometimes it'll tell people that you like things also. My cousin's like, why do you keep liking all these hoochies pictures?
It does?
Yeah, like she's like, I'm like, what are you talking about?
I
and
wouldn't
like,
be
she showed me a
surprised, 'cause-
screenshot, and it literally just said Brian just liked this photo, and it showed the photo. If
It
it's a
used
public,
to do that a long time ago.
it
I
still
didn't think
does.
it still did
this
that.
happened just last week. She showed me.
What?
Yeah, I think the post has to be public by that person.
Weird.
Yeah, no, it always has to be public in
Well,
order to.
now there's this new thing on Facebook where you can love a photo or like it, which I think is even funnier because this girl was like, well, I'm not upset when he likes other girls' photos, but if he loves them, like that.
Yeah,
Oh, like there's a big difference.
there's a big heart there. Now.
Yeah, but that's why I try not to follow guys that if I'm really into you, I unfollow because I don't want to get crazy and go down the road of like, who's this girl commenting what, you know what I mean? I just don't want to I'm already crazy enough without adding that level of drama.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Basically.
So what do you do? How do you feel about, okay, if you're dating a guy and he still has pictures of his ex on his Instagram? Do you believe in the post and delete? Because a lot of people, once they're out of the relationship, they'll go through and they'll like pretend like it never happened and delete
These
everything.
are things we have to
Right.
worry about these days.
I know, isn't it so
I know, right?
crazy? Yeah, but So when I was first dating this guy out of my marriage, we dated for a year, and it bothered me that in his apartment, he still kept a photo of him and his ex-girlfriend on his fridge for like the whole time we were dating.
Oh, wow.
And I remember
weird.
saying something about it, and he was like, well, we're still friends. It wasn't a bad breakup. So I keep it there. And she had a kid, and he's like, I love the kid, and the kid was in the photo.
There's a lot of gray area, I think, in this situation. Like,
Yeah.
it could be a friendship thing, but like when they're like in couples pictures, you know, it's a matter of insecurity. You know, sometimes you'd be like, why do you have to have all those photos of your ex up on your Instagram, like hugging and kissing and shit? Like, we're together now, and it sort of makes you feel like, you know, that's what people see.
I don't really expect them to delete their history, though. Do you?
I think, well, I mean, I tend to keep relationships off of social media. 'Cause I
Same.
feel like it gets into a very murky place where nothing ever good comes from like really broadcasting something. So I tend to just like not put it out. I feel like if you're in my life, the people that are in my life and that are my friends and my family will know you're there. I don't need the general public, especially since I do like social media influencers type stuff. I don't think I need random strangers to know. Like,
That could
oh,
turn
I'm in
into a situation too,
relationship.
though.
You know what I do? Post
That is
all
true.
the photos you can with so many guys that people just are confused. Like, is she? Which one is she fucking? Or
is
she
it?
fucking?
Who is
Yes,
Is
that's
it all of them? Is it none of
But
them?
you, find,
Yeah.
you will get to a point where your boyfriend will be like, why don't you put pictures of us on your Instagram? Like, it's sort of like, why isn't your Facebook say we're in a relationship? It's the same thing.
Do you want to hear
I don't
the
even
funniest?
go on Facebook like that. I'm like, to go and update a status, like, it's not happening. You're not going to be on my Facebook relationship status ever.
I will
What
never
if we get married?
ever do that. Never.
Well, I mean,
No.
I don't know.
I don't
I'll
have.
invite the people that count to the wedding. Like,
Yeah, you don't have to have any relationship status on your Facebook, by the way. It doesn't have to say single, or you can just leave that whole section off. I don't have that on mine at all.
You guys are looking at it from the girl's perspective. Imagine if you're dating this guy you're head over heels with, in love with, and he doesn't change it, and you
I
kind
don't
of want
care.
him to.
I
A lot
don't
of
go
girls
on
care.
Facebook enough. I check Facebook maybe like once every 2 to 3 weeks. So I wouldn't even notice it. If you sent me a friend request, I probably
I
wouldn't
could
receive
be
it
wrong,
for 2 months.
but I think you guys are rarities.
Listen,
Probably so.
I would be upset if it said single, but I would be okay if you just took it off so it
No
says
real- no
nothing.
status.
No
I see what you're
status.
saying.
Yeah. But this is so funny. The other night I called my mom. Speaking of posting, I post tons of. I do try to post photos with lots of guys on my social media just so no one ever knows.
One thing real fast.
Yeah.
What if you change it? What if you're, let's say you're dating. We're dating. And
Okay.
You're like, Brian,
You're
it still says
welcome.
you're single. Thank you. It still says you're single. And you're like, and I'm like, okay, I'll change it. And then I change it to nothing. I think most girls would be like, I meant change it to a relationship, not to nothing. And now it's just like,
What I'm saying is just have it be nothing all along so the
Right.
conversation never has to happen.
all right, let me get my
Yeah.
Facebook.
This is one of the reasons why I feel like just to not even go and to look through that stuff, because it's just like I just feel it becomes so messy, and I'm like, I don't really want to have an argument about whether or not your Facebook says a certain thing. Like mine's gonna probably still say single. I don't even like to go on Facebook if I don't have if I don't
Yeah.
have to post
You
something.
two girls are social media masters, though. I think the average girl really thinks about this stuff once she starts
Well,
dating
I would
a guy a
agree.
lot.
I
Yeah.
would agree with
I
the
agree with that.
average girl.
Before I was so into social media, there was a guy I was dating. It really bothered me that he never changed his status to in a relationship back then. But that was before you could have it say nothing.
Okay.
Now that you have the option of nothing, I go with nothing.
I don't know what I have up there. But I mean, like, on my social media, I use Facebook for my fan page. So on my fan page, I'm going to be honest, like, I'm going to be single. Like, until you have
Forever.
I'm not
until
sure
you
a
put a
fan
ring
page
on
even
it.
says that.
Dude,
Right,
even
but
if
I'm just
I'm
saying,
married,
social media,
I wouldn't
like,
tell.
I'm going to pretend I'm going to be single. My fan base there's a lot of men. If that helps them like my stuff more, then you're just going to have to get with the program, and that's the illusion that I'm putting out.
Yeah, and also, even if you're with someone, there's always the option to date someone else if that person ain't treating you right. Like,
Girl,
my
yes.
thing is this: if you're with someone who isn't stepping it up and is not coming correct and isn't treating you like you deserve, and some dude comes along who is like, I would treat you right, da 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 da. Like, I don't know if I would. I mean, I've never cheated in my life, but I'm at a point now, though, where I am not willing to put up with like 1 ounce. When I sniff bullshit, even in a
Yeah.
relationship, if you're lying and I sniff it out, then you better believe I'm going to give the next guy a shot.
When's
Absolutely.
the
Like, I'm
last time you were in a committed relationship? You're like, I never cheated.
committed. Good point. It's been a couple years. The last time I was in a committed relationship was like 3 years ago, actually. It's been a long time.
Longer for me.
But here's the thing, though. Girls don't. You don't have to be in a committed relationship as a woman to be committed mentally.
Yeah, I know.
That's
That's
the
true.
thing.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of times I'm fucking one guy, he just doesn't know.
Right.
But I
and
know.
in your head, you're like, well, I just haven't verbalized this, but this is what it is for me.
Yeah, totally.
I've gotten texts where they'd be like, just so you know, you are the only person I'm sleeping with. And like, I
And
think
you're
they're
like, just so you know,
They're
you're
fishing.
not.
I do it like Facebook. I don't say anything. Like
You're like,
no
red,
status.
red 10:43 p.m.
Oh my God. I'm so glad that guys can't tell when I read their text.
Oh, I turned that shit off.
I do have my read receipts on.
You do?
I do because here's
You can do it individual now.
'Cause
oh,
some-
real?
Yeah,
oh, I
you
didn't
can
know
go to
that.
their
Really?
yeah, you just go to their name and you could say turn
You
receipts
are
on.
right. Actually,
Yeah.
you are right.
I think it came with OS 10.
I'm the
iOS
worst
10.
at being a bitch to guys. Like last night, I didn't reply to a guy's text that I'm into, but he's been irritating me recently. So when he hit me up last night, well, he didn't hit me up. When he texted me last night to explain, because I kind of called him out for his recent behavior, and he texted me an explanation that honestly did make sense. It was pretty, I was like, that's a pass. But I was still fucking annoyed that I even had to bring it up, so I just didn't answer.
That's the worst because then all he's thinking that night is like, she thinks I'm lying.
Yeah, and then I felt very powerful going to sleep. All my friends, of course, this is what girls do, because of course I screen grabbed it and sent it to like 8 girlfriends, and they're all like, "You go, girl! Don't fucking text him back. Do not answer tonight.
yeah.
If you want to answer, call me." Right?
Yes, you got to give the girl moral support. You're like, listen, anytime you get the inclination, you contact me.
Yes.
Don't you give in.
My
Like, it's a
girlfriend,
movement.
My girlfriend was at another guy's house trying to get laid, and she goes, "Even if we're fucking, if you call, I'm gonna pick up because you are not texting him back." They're so adamant. So I
Look at that. You found a way to fall asleep. You just pull a power play on a dude. You sleep like a baby.
Well, I
Right.
didn't text him back, but you know what happened? I woke up this morning. I felt so guilty for not texting him
Did you
back.
hit him this morning?
Of course. I couldn't help myself. I'm so bad at staying.
Now he thought you were on a date, which
Good.
you're going to be.
Good.
Let him think
Yeah,
that.
we're not
Yeah.
together. Let him think it. I didn't answer until this morning at like 11:30. And then I just kind of was like, "I'm sorry I didn't hit you back last night, but I was kind of irritated about whatever."
Jizz in my eye. Well, that was wood this time. Last
No,
time it was
she-
jizz.
yeah. This time it was a legitimate
Legitimately.
injury.
Wasn't jizz in the eye, but same diff. But anyway, so I post a lot of guys, but this is so funny. So I went out on a date the other night with a guy I've known for a while, and he's hot, and we had a great date, right?
Where'd
So
you go?
good.
Wait, yeah, you got to give us details.
Well,
You like his place?
no, it's a guy I've been friends with for a couple years, but like not close friends, but like we see each other every once in a while at events and stuff, but he doesn't live very close, so I don't see him as often as I probably if he lived closer, we would have already dated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But recently we've been hanging out. He kind of like hit me up and basically, this is so funny how guys think. So the first night I met him, I was so into him and I was trying to give him all the signals. I was into him before I met him. I saw photos. He's totally my type. I was trying to give him all the signals that I'm into him that night. And he was into me too. But then one thing led to another and I was really tired. We were at a club in a group and I was ready to go and he wasn't. So I said, I'm going to leave with this guy because he's getting an Uber. So I'll see you tomorrow. And he was like, that's cool. My card's down. He was paying for the table, so he couldn't leave. He's like, that's cool. I'll see you tomorrow. So I left with that other guy. Nothing happened with that guy. But in his mind, he thought I hooked up with that guy. And he thought, oh, that's weird. She was into me, but then she left with him. So it kind of turned him off. And so then we kind of were friends for a while. And then finally, like a few months ago, he told me. That's why he never stepped to me. Because I would always flirt with him and be like, I think I'm into you. Why aren't you asking me out?
Right.
He finally said that night it kind of turned me off that you left with him. And I was like, nothing happened. We just,
You're like, we shared an Uber.
yeah. And it was like 4 of us. It wasn't just the 2 of us. We shared an Uber back to the hotel and went to bed. Nothing happened. And I told him that. And once I told him that, he's like, oh, okay, well, then let me take you out to dinner. And we kind of started, so we went out to dinner the other night. I don't really want
Where'd you go to dinner?
I don't know if I want to say where because people saw us there. But like we went out to dinner the other night and then we went and got drinks at a hotel bar. And we had the best time.
That's
and then,
cool.
Sounds like a baller. He paid for the table.
dude, he's
Get it,
I
boo.
talked about I can't tell this story on here because people will know who he is. He's such a fucking gentleman.
I know who he is.
When he called me a lift to come meet him and a lift home, right?
Okay.
Which, by the way, he had a room at the W, did not try to hook up with me. Like, I love when guys, like, take their time with that
Right,
shit.
right.
But
Lift or lift pool?
He called me a lift premier.
Oh,
Both
shit.
ways.
Yeah.
Premier.
Yeah, okay.
Right? I
get
know.
it.
And then I was like, man, I wish you lived closer. I would come see you. And he goes, just let me know when you want to come. I'll send a car for you.
You're like, okay, this
He lives
works.
60 miles away. He's going to send a car for me.
This is if you lift Premier to come pick you up. Yes.
Right? So I'm like, this guy is treating me like gold, like totally like gold. But so I told my mom everything. I talked to my mom, like I talk on this podcast. I told my mom the next day, I went out with this guy last night. We had a really good time. He's so hot. You know, I'm super into him. He's cool. He did all this. And my mom goes, who is he? And I told her, and she goes, I don't know who that is. And I said, oh, you know what? Look for, I posted a photo of us on my Instagram and, you know, I'm in a bikini and he's standing next to me. And she goes, a photo of you in a bikini next to a guy, that could be anyone.
How many dates have you been on now?
my God.
It's only 2 real dates where we
real
like,
dates?
like we've only 2 dates where we kissed. I only count them if you kiss.
Sounds like next time's the big one.
Nope, I'm not
Third
gonna.
date.
Nope, I'm taking my
Third.
time. Not hooking up.
Good.
Because we're friends, so I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like if this doesn't work out, I want us to still be friends. So when I like you a lot, I wait longer to fuck you. That probably sounds backwards. Do you do that?
It depends. It obviously.
Are you single right now?
I am single. I'm dating, but I'm like not dating anyone. Seriously.
Anyone? Any good dates lately? Any hot stories or terrible
Do you
dates?
get a lot of DMs since you're big on social media? Is like, do you meet people
I
that way?
did. So, okay, actually,
Ooh, yeah.
I posted thirst traps on Sunday. And I did it. I was like on a boat and I was in a bikini. I was like, you know what? I need to get my Instagram popping a little bit. Like, I haven't posted a thirst trap in a little bit. And I like to be strategic when I drop gems. And so,
I drop gems. By gems, I mean my tits.
pretty much.
Go on.
So I posted a couple photos, and then all of a sudden my DMs were like crazy. And it was like, I mean, it's all pretty much strangers, and then some people that I know and whatnot. But it was just like all of a sudden this flurry of male attention. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it did what I wanted.
It worked.
It pretty much, it worked. It did what I needed it to do. But I don't know. I'm
It's like throwing a piece of meat down the Piranha Lake.
pretty much. I'm just like, here are fishies.
Basically,
Like,
yeah.
go eat.
Come get it.
Yeah. So I'm dating casually, but I did have. I feel like every time I go on a date, I feel like it's a crazy situation. Like I feel like I'm constantly like dating in LA is like evil. Like
Have you ever met a stranger that DM'd you, like, and went on a date with him?
yes.
You
Oh,
have
interesting.
a stranger? Wait, hold on. Verified stranger or actual just like follower?
So the only reason I met him in person is because it turned out my cousin knew him. And so when he first DM'd me, I didn't know that they knew each other. So I had no idea who he was. And I was just like, oh, yeah, he's handsome. He's good looking. He has a nice body. I was like, cool. And then so we were just talking via Instagram, but very casually. And then my cousin was in town, and so I was talking to her. And so I mentioned, I was like, oh, this guy, like I specified what he does because he does something very specific. And I was like, oh, it slid in my DMs. And she was like, oh, wait, so-and-so? And it was the guy.
No way.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, that's like, I know. I've known him for years. Like, we're friends. And so then I met him because I was like, oh, someone I know that I love and close to vouches for
I get
you.
it.
So
That's
Did you
how
say,
I am.
did you ever date him?
well, no, yeah. I mean, I guess we're kind of dating. I don't know.
I mean, did
what-
you ask your cousin if she ever dated him?
No. She never dated him.
Okay.
I
'Cause I've
didn't
known him
ask
for
her,
years.
but I think she
Sometimes
would.
I think like that's the
think
first
she
thing
would.
That's
that
the
came to my mind.
first thing guys' brains go to, and girls never even think about that, by the
I
way.
didn't think about that, but I think she would have mentioned it. I mean, we're very close, like we're like sisters, so I don't think she would have been like, oh yeah, I fucked him a couple years ago, not mention that.
Right.
That she would have, because if that was the case, like I would not have talked
Yeah,
to him.
of course.
So then, well, I guess we're kind of casually dating. I don't quite
How
know.
many dates have you been
What
on?
does he do? What's his deal?
He's a chef.
Ooh, so we can cook.
How long
can
you been
cook.
dating him?
This is like 2 weeks. Like we met like 2 weeks ago, so it's very.
Oh, it's very
recent.
new.
And he like lives between here and another state, so it's not
Perfect.
Like, yeah. So
I love that.
So it's
He won't be up your ass.
exactly. So, So, but it's new, and so it's like, it's one of those things because like I go through phases where I'm like celibate and not dating anyone. Then when I do date someone, I'm fucking incredibly horny, and so.
Same.
It's like then I had to try to like shut down everything and be like, because now he's out of town, and I'm like, oh, thank God, like I don't have to fuck you. Like we haven't had sex or anything, but I'm like, oh, I was getting to the point where I
That's
was
the
like,
worst. You guys kissed though, right?
we have kissed.
How was the kiss? Was it like crazy chemistry?
Yes,
Was it one of those?
there's-
Oh,
yeah.
you're fucked
So
then.
we have a lot of. So I'm just glad he's out of town.
How many
'cause I'm
dates
like-
have you been on?
We've been on 2.
2 days
in
and 2 weeks.
Jinx.
I'm curious. I have a guy question. When you're very like, would you say he's very into you? Does it seem like he's very into you?
I honestly, he's kind of hard to read. I don't think like I feel like I haven't heard from him as much as I would have liked to. So I'm just like,
You can't tell.
I'm not going
Some guys
to.
just try to play it cool, you know, like psychologically, they don't want to like act too desperate.
And that's fine because
So
I will
annoying.
block his ass and like he won't ever hear from me again. Like that is cool. You want to go that route? Like I'm petty. Like
Can I say something too about guys that play it cool? Because this is what cracks me up. So girls, when they, if I'm with a guy that I'm super into, if I'm super into you, and you want to hang out with me twice a week, I'm not turned off by that at all. If you're hitting me up every day, being like, "Hey, how's your day?" So great, so dope. But a lot of times, guys, they go, I got to play it cool. I don't want
Right.
to think I'm that into her. So they pull back. And you know what happens? While you're pulling back, some other guy comes along and shows you more interest. And you end up losing the girl to the guy
Exactly.
that's showing more interest. And if you're really into a girl, that's my question. Like, say you meet a chick.
Right.
And I'm not just talking about these chicks you bang that are like begging you to do role playing and you're saying no and you're clearly not that into her or you would do whatever she wants. But that's beside the point. My question is, say you're really into a girl, her
Right.
personality, everything. So much that you don't even mind waiting to fuck her for a while. You're just like so into her. How often do you want to see that girl at the beginning? Like how much do you hit her up?
yeah.
If I could tell she's really into me too, like all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't do those games, I don't think.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
But I do if
God
I don't really.
bless your heart.
I think I do if I'm not into them. Like, there's always somebody who's into the other person more. Unless,
that- yeah.
And when that's not the case, you usually end up together. Like,
Right. And that's kind of how I feel. Like I don't know if he's playing it cool or he's just not that into me. So I go with the route of he's just not that into me, and then instead I will just pull away and I will not like invest in it.
Interesting.
Because I'm kind of like, I don't want to play games. Like, I'm just like, either we're going to do this or not. Either we're feeling each other or not. So either let's invest in this or let's not. Because I'm like, I'm busy. I got shit to do. So where are
Right?
we?
And I'm going to admit, if I go out with a guy, like recently, I went out with a guy on like 4 or 5 dates and he moved really slow, like so slow that I was starting to wonder if he was just trying to be friends. Have you ever gone out with a guy a few times and he doesn't make a move on you and then you start going like, maybe this guy's just like hanging out as buddies. Like you're not really.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm pretty judgy. Like I'm kind of like I'm so like petty and picky, and that's maybe one of the reasons why I'm single. Because I'm kind of just like, if I don't feel like we hit it off, like within the first date, I'm just like, yeah, I don't see this going anywhere.
I just got this text today. This is a girl I used to date, and she wants kids so badly. She's 37. She wants kids desperately, and every guy she's dating, she thinks is potential. And this is what she wrote me today. She's been on a date with this guy for 8 times, and they've only kissed twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Was it the
Whoa,
last 2
wait.
times that they kissed,
I
or
don't
did they?
think so.
There
'Cause
were
she told me
date-
she kissed him like after the 3rd date.
Okay, that's
Oh,
weird.
that's weird.
I told her.
super
We had this
weird.
whole conversation. I'm like, this guy doesn't seem to have that much lust.
He's either
Right.
asexual,
Yeah.
gay, or not into her.
She thinks
really.
he's scared, or she has to teach him. And I'm just like, he's
No.
45.
If
Oh,
a
no,
guy
he's
wants
45,
you,
yeah.
he's coming after it.
Yeah,
But that's
it's
my
a
theory
weird
with guys
situation.
too. Like when guys are like, I've just been so busy. I mean, I've been busy, but if I'm super into someone, even if
You
it's
make
finding
time.
an hour to grab a coffee with them or something, like I find a way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't believe in when people are like, I'm just so busy. Like, no, bitch,
No.
you can find 10 minutes, 20 minutes,
Yeah.
even to call.
You make time for the things you want to make time
Totally.
for. So
Yeah.
if someone's important to you, you will make time to see that person, even if it's just a phone call or a FaceTime or just like, hey, I'm in your area. Let's grab lunch or something. You'll make the time. If they
Right.
don't make the time, it's BS to say, I'm so so busy. I've given that excuse where I'm like, I'm so busy. No, but then I'll make time to like go see someone else. So
I hate when people
course.
FaceTime you without a warning. Like,
Ugh, that's the worst.
like that's something you got to plan.
Especially in the
you
morning.
gotta look cute if you're a girl. Like,
Right?
If you're a
I gotta have
guy,
my
you don't want to
makeup
just be out of bed too. Like I just like sitting
Yeah,
there with no
guys
shirt
do
on. I'm
that.
like,
I think that's a generational thing or something. I used to talk to this guy who lived in Philly, and he would always try to FaceTime me on his way to practice, on his way to work, like at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, bitch, I don't want to pick up my face. It's 7 a.m. I'm in bed. I have no makeup on, and you're trying to. No, this is not happening. And let me tell you guys something. Probably I would answer my FaceTime if I had amazing skin, and I would have amazing skin if I was using BioClarity full time. That's right. I have another sponsor this week for the show. By the way, your skin is amazing. I should give you some samples of this. They sent me samples. I'm never like a fan of stuff that honestly I'm very picky about what I use on my skin. I've been trying out the BioClarity. I'm kind of obsessed with it. Like today I barely wore any makeup. Maybe this is gonna
you
be my
don't
new
look
thing.
like you have makeup on. So I thought
Thank
this
you.
was actually your
Real
natural
skin.
face.
I have untinted moisturizer. That's it.
You look gorgeous.
Thank
it looks very clear.
Thank
so
you.
whatever they are doing, it's working.
See, it's the BioClarity. Guys, this is the deal. Life is better when you're confident in your skin. Any girl will tell you that. It's crazy, actually.
Absolutely.
And BioClarity helps to reveal the real you so you can take on, schoolwork, social media, whatever your thing is you do with clear skin. This is the deal. It's naturally calming and cleansing. It has green tea extracts, chamomile. It actually cools and soothes your skin. I love the feeling of it. It's very cooling. And what's great is BioClarity doesn't use benzoyl peroxide, which causes redness, dryness, irritation. I hate when my skin is dry. That's
too.
worse. It makes you look old.
It does.
I know. Everyone wants to look dewy. I feel like that's what it does. It makes you dewy. BioClarity combines the power of prescription-grade salicylic acid and restorative Flora Lux, a new and unique ingredient derived from the chlorophyll, which is like the green stuff in plants, basically. So it's all natural. It reduces blemishes. It improves the overall look of your skin. You guys need to try it out. What's great is that you can go on bioclarity.com if you're a listener of my show and get your first month for only $9.95 with free shipping, which saves you $20, and it has a 100% risk-free money-back guarantee, which is so dope because if you don't like it, send that back. That's right, guys. Go on there, use my discount code. The discount code for this one is DATE, and it's bioclarity.com. Discount code DATE. I'm really happy about this. I'm obsessed with my skin. I just like, I mean, working on camera is like crazy, by the way.
yeah.
Guys don't understand.
I don't.
I'm going to get you some BioClarity samples too, though.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying it never hurts.
Are you saying I don't look dewy right now?
You're very, you're very dewy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So anyway, I'm glad we talked about that.
Yeah.
Shout out to
So
BioClarity.
there's something that I always ask everybody. Oh, I mean, Brian, I feel like all you do is go on dates.
I don't only go on dates. I just stand up sometimes.
What's your go-to first date?
Dinner. I don't like.
Interesting.
I'm not a big drinker. I don't like coffee. I feel like if you're at dinner, you can kind of get to know them. Sometimes you end up in a bad situation, though.
Yeah, you don't think
That's the
dinner's too
problem.
long? I think dinner is too much of a commitment.
No, it's all right. You can get out there
Girl,
in
you're not trying to
45
get a free
minutes.
meal?
I mean, I like a free meal, but usually I say let's get drinks and appetizers so I can duck out whenever I want. Dinner is a whole drink and an appetizer, then a meal, then you know what I mean.
I think I'm
So,
pretty picky
That
to
is
the
true.
point where I can tell she's worth taking out to dinner for one date at least.
Well,
don't-
that's true.
I used to date anybody, when I was in my 20s. Like, fuck it, you'll go out with me, let's do it. Now it's to more like, I'm not swiping right on everybody. You know what I mean? Like, if
Yeah.
it's somebody that I match up with, it's probably someone I think has some potential.
You do all your dating online.
No, I meet them at shows once in a while. But
Oh, audience people.
yeah,
I don't do
just
that.
depends.
Have you had any horror stories lately? Anything terrible?
I met this one girl. We were talking, and all she did was post pictures where it was this area, and she had huge boobs. And she took the upwards pictures, and she had
Yeah,
6 of them, and they were all just big boobs and good angles. And then she was like, want me to come over? And I was like, just come right over? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And she just came over to my place.
Oh.
You never met her.
Never met her. This has happened multiple times over the years.
Who are these chicks, man?
I've been doing
never
online
get it.
dating since AOL chat rooms, and I've had some weird
Hilarious.
experiences. But anyways, What were you gonna ask?
Every time I hear a story about a girl that just goes to meet a stranger, all I think in my head is like, what are these girls thinking? Like, what if you're a what if you're an axe murderer? What if you're gonna roofie her or rape her? Or like, aren't people afraid?
I've picked girls up before on dates, and the first thing I say when they get in the car, I go, "What if I was crazy?"
That's what I'm saying.
Like, but
I don't
this
give my address.
meal is free, so I'm willing to take my chances.
Sherelle's all about that free meal.
I'm
good
like,
balance.
oh, we're
Free
going to
meal for death.
crustacean. I'm like, okay, you can only be, but so crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, Lyft Premier guy is really winning with the Lyft Premiers and
Girl,
the free
it
dinners.
changes you. I dated a guy that like we would Uber, and everywhere we would Uber was like the Uber, like the high end one or whatever.
That's
And
all
I
it
was
takes.
Like, I was like, oh, here's a whole new like dating experience.
It's,
It opened up.
it's so hot, and not to, I'm going to come right back to you, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so hot. And also, this guy, not to change the topic, but when he called me the Lyft Premier, I said, you don't have to get me a Lyft Premier. And he goes, baby, when you're with me, you're first class everything. And I was like,
oh my, yes.
okay, well, I mean, if you insist.
Bring on the Lyft Premiere.
Where's my gown?
You got that Lyft premiere, like.
Anyway, go on, though.
Side story real fast.
Yeah.
I was dating this girl for about 4 or 5 months, and she didn't have a car. I would Uber her from LA to the Valley and back pretty much 4 or 5 times a week.
Wow.
Yeah, for like 2 or 3 months.
Were you having sex with her every time
Yeah,
you saw
of
her?
But
course.
were they
Okay.
Uber Premiers? Just kidding.
That's what I was going to get to. That's what I was going to get to. Everything was fine, and once we stopped seeing each other, she gave me a bunch of shit about how I used Uber Pool.
Oh,
It was
no.
5
You
times
Uber
a week.
pooled a girl? I would
No,
ki-
that's
no.
disrespectful.
Let me
I wouldn't
explain
have
something.
gone.
That is
I
not
know.
okay.
That is disrespectful.
Unacceptable.
Let me explain
You
something.
didn't even get her all
Look, I'm not
Uber.
saying you're wrong, but let me explain something.
What if the ghetto ass dude was in the car trying to like feel up on her?
Oh, please.
It happened.
Okay, let him
90%
explain.
of the
I'm
time, they don't
curious.
even pick somebody else up.
But you still gave her the option of like, you may be coming to fuck me with other people. Like there may be other people in the car.
Uber pulling
As they
a
You
girl
guys are
to
making a way bigger deal about
No,
Uber Pool than you need
Uber
to. It's not
pulling-
like they get out of the car with you, you know.
No,
Uber
but-
pulling a girl who's gonna fuck you is like taking like a girl tells you like steak is my favorite food and you take her to McDonald's and you're like just get the burger without the bun.
Okay,
like
let me
that-
just explain.
Exactly.
Let me just explain. This
I'm
is
curious.
4 or 5 times a week. That's 8 or 10 drives. That's 8 or 10 drives per week, and they were like either 25 or $8.95.
Why didn't you just go to her house?
She had a little piece of crap apartment.
So, and you said she didn't have a car?
She didn't have a car at all.
Well, why are you dating this girl?
She was really hot.
I mean, I don't know. If a guy, I mean, I wouldn't even accept that. Like,
I didn't
would
even
have
do
had
it every
to-
time. I just said, "Do you mind if I Uber pool you this time?" It's like I would say, like, I go, "Look, it's." I
I
showed her a
would have been
screenshot.
like, do you mind if I not show up this time?
I'm like, it's $25 or $9.
You know what she should have said back? Like, sure, I'm not gonna shave my legs though.
Perfect.
Like, I'm gonna
I
put
don't
in the
care.
same effort as you.
That's cool.
Ooh,
I get it though, because it's like if you're not a
It's
rich
not once or
guy,
twice.
right?
I mean, no,
I
you
can
were
afford the
doing
Uber
a
regular.
lot.
It was just like it was literally going to be like $400 a week versus like 120. Like,
You know what's funny about this, by the way? $400 a week. It would be cheaper to buy her a car. Like literally.
Yeah, no, for
But
real.
I-
That's a car note right
I'm
there.
just saying. I don't know how much the price is, but I'm just saying.
I mean, you
like,
could lease her a nice little Honda Civic for $200 a month.
Yeah,
Shout
it
out
was-
to
No,
Honda.
if you were
I want
doing
one.
it like 4 times a week
I
and
will
it's
say
25
this.
round trip, you were.
I
That's
will
a car
say
note.
this.
Should have
Since
bought her a
then,
car, man.
I don't. This is a situation that most people aren't in.
Could buy her a moped, even.
Yeah, I'm sure that would have went over well. Here's a moped for you. Come over
I
to Laurel
would-
Canyon on your moped,
I would
and I'll
love
see you
if I
later.
got-
Dude bought me a moped. I mean,
I just want to put it out there on the record that I would love for a guy to buy me a scooter. I would sell my car tomorrow if a guy bought me a scooter.
You are not going to come to my house over Laurel Canyon 5 times a
Fuck
week.
yeah,
on
I
a fucking
would. Hell yes,
scooter.
I would. Unless
No,
it's
but I just-
raining.
Be in my neighborhood with the free scooter.
Even if it's raining, I would wear one of those umbrella
In retrospect, I never did it again to anyone else because most people just 1 or 2 rides ever. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're not driving somewhere all. This was every night almost.
So why
Like,
didn't you just let her stay there?
Why didn't
She
you
did
just?
stay, but she had a job to go to, and I had to drive her back.
Oh.
So
Well,
it was
on the
just like-
on the, I will give you that at least you're paying for her. She could have been paying for her own Ubers.
Oh.
A lot of girls.
Wait,
She never
are
paid
you
for
about
her
to
own
say
Uber.
what you're gonna? A lot of girls pay for their own Ubers.
I don't think that they should have
sex.
to, but they do.
No.
There are a lot of
guys are some real
thirsty.
feminists
There
up
are a
in here.
lot of women.
I'm sorry. There are
No,
certain
here's the
things
problem.
like-
Here's the problem. Okay, should a guy pay for every Uber all the time?
Well, I did.
No.
I did.
Maybe
That's
not.
why I did pool.
Okay, you
Okay.
get you do get some points for that.
This
I
is
mean,
so
that's
many
still-
rides.
No, that is a
every
lot of
night.
rides.
I
It adds
agree.
up.
But what I'm saying is there are men who will pay for your Uber every time. So therefore, the guys that are not paying for the girl's Uber have to compete with the men who are. So I'm just saying, if you want the level of girl that's getting her Ubers paid for,
And she never complained about it once until it was over.
that's pretty
That's
amazing.
when I really got the.
Yo,
like, the
you must have
backlash
some
of it.
amazing dick, by the way, because
Thanks.
I'm not Uber pooling to fuck anybody.
I
For
didn't do
real.
it every time either. It was
Like,
only.
no.
It was
Absolutely
only.
not.
I didn't do it every time either. I did regular Uber sometimes because it was like $15. But like if it was like 25 or
Like
8.
if it was on a surge, basically.
Yeah, it was
No,
like
I mean,
so much cheaper, and sometimes she didn't even pick anyone else up. It was just like
Well, no, I mean sometimes
And it was
works to
every
your benefit,
night.
but-
almost.
I just love guys that are super thoughtful. This guy, the same that Lyft Premier guy. It seems like he's winning because I'm talking about him the most, but I'm dating a few people. But like I said, I was thinking about coming to see him tomorrow, and he goes, "Oh, let me know what you want in the house, and I'll send my assistant out to get whatever food and drinks you want."
Well, you're dating
He's so
superstars.
thoughtful.
You're
He's not a
dating
superstar.
superstars.
He has money though. He's obviously
Well, he's
relatively
successful.
successful. So
Yes.
if he has an assistant and the assistant's going out to pick
I'm just a lowly
food up
stand-up comic.
for the girl that he's dating.
You got
Yeah.
a point.
Yeah.
But I
a lot
date
of Uber
I
pools.
date broke guys too, and
Do
all
they
I
Uber you all around
opportunity.
town?
I'll tell you
An
what.
Uber Premier.
If a broke guy Ubered me to his place in a regular Uber, and when I got there, he got us takeout, and we ate it and watched Netflix, I would be just as
I paid
happy.
for everything, dinner.
I'd be just as
everything.
happy if he's really sweet and great in bed.
Well, I learned.
Those are all I need.
I learned from this experience.
It's very simple.
I learned don't Uber pool people ever, and I don't do it. But this was a situation where it was all the time. So, anyways, you want to hear about the horrible date?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she comes over. She just says, "I'm going to make it over there." I'm like, "Okay." And then I was like a little worried. I was thinking like, this is weird. And I went downstairs, and she's like, "I can't find parking." And she's bitching and bitching. "I can't find parking." I'm like, "Okay, I'll come down and I'll try to help you." So I think I'm just going to leave and go to my friend's house in Encino. And I'm like, "Okay, but I can come down and help you." And I could tell she just didn't, she was worried. And I was like, why is she worried about this? Like, who's going to give up on parking? There's parking a block away. Like, so I go down there, and I see her drive by, and she was nothing like her photos. She stops the. Finally, I get in the car with her to help her find a parking spot, and right then I knew she was not coming upstairs.
Is there McDonald's wrappers all over the floor?
It was not. It was horrible, and I just remember thinking,
That's crazy.
I have to figure out a way to tell her she's not coming upstairs because she's not coming upstairs.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was a horrible.
Why'd you even
situation.
get in the car?
Because I didn't really see her
You
until I
should
got in.
open the door, look at her, and go, "Nice to meet you." Bye. Shut
No,
the
I
door.
got
What's
in.
he gonna do?
I got in and I go. It was basically like this. We drove around for a second. I go, "You're right. There's no parking." I go, "Let's just go to your friends in Encino."
Wow.
Hilarious. So was she like somewhat similar to her picture, or like it looks like a completely different
Completely
person?
different person.
Oh, and the new person that she showed up as was not
It
attractive
was a
at all.
freaking nightmare.
So how'd you get rid of her? You just said there's
I
no
told
parking.
her, I go, "Yeah, you're right. There's no parking, and your friend is right down the street probably, so that's cool."
Oh, well,
And then she texted me what a dick I was. I was just like, "Sorry."
whatever. That's
You
you know what
showed
I
up as a
think.
different
Don't
person.
show up ridiculous.
I agree.
pictures.
I think that when a girl shows up looking drastically different than in her photos, it's no different than a guy lying to you about like what he's looking for. I mean, lies are lies, and that's a lie.
Yeah.
You know. Same with a guy. If you show up and you said I don't really mind. I don't mind if you're short. I don't mind what you look like, but be real. Don't say you're 6'1" if you're 5'6". You know what I mean? It's like
I had
be
a-
real.
I think her
Guy-
game plan was to get laid, and I think most guys would probably do it. And I was just like, "That's not happening here." Sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I had a guy like all his photos online had sunglasses on, and I didn't realize like how big of a hide sunglasses are because I just assumed he still had normal looking eyes.
Yeah.
And so he was not smiling in any of the pictures, and he always had sunglasses on. But from the photos, he looked attractive. And so finally, when I met him, we did dinner, and like he had like really bug eye looking, like kind of sunken in bug eyes, and then he had really bad teeth, and I was like, now I realize why you didn't smile or have like your sunglasses off in any pictures, but it really offended me because I felt I had gotten catfish, and I kind of felt like you don't look like
Yeah.
your photos. Like I at least feel like if you're gonna have sunglasses on, the reveal should not be crazy. Like the reveal should be like, oh, okay, maybe if you go down like 0.5, but you shouldn't jump down from like a 9 to a 3. Like that's not fair.
That's not fair. At least he had 2 eyes. I think is it Dean Del Rey who has the story about the guy that came up to him with sunglasses or something and took him off and he had 1 eye.
No, I don't know about that one.
I would like.
Oh, yeah.
Cry.
Well, that's the thing. Just look like that's it. So wait, did you leave? What did you do?
So no, I mean we had dinner. We were at a restaurant, so we had dinner and we talked. I mean, and he was great on paper. He was an attorney. He made really great money. He drove a Jag, and so it's like he was tall. He actually was tall. That was the one part that was true. And so he had these like great kind of trappings of success, and I liked the height. But I just felt like
And I like the height.
I know. But I just felt like the physical, I was just like, I'm big into teeth. I'm really into teeth. And so that's one of the things I look for and I get hung up.
Yeah.
Oh, Kareem, you have nice teeth.
I was just kidding.
Oh, okay. I was
There's average, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like,
they're
as long
good.
as, like, yeah, like, so, but I'm big
You
into
have them
teeth.
all. That's
They're all
good.
there.
They're
Yeah,
all there.
they're all there. They're straight. They look nice. So his was like the opposite. And so I kind of was, I think about when I'm kissing you, am I going to be like convulsing?
Turned
Am I
on
gonna-
or
yeah.
Feel all these jagged things against your
I was
lip.
supposed to go out with this guy that I thought was so hot, and then he texted me like a couple hours before the date, and he was like, "Just so you know, I'm missing a tooth. I'm missing a tooth right now because whatever happened, but my new teeth are coming in on whatever day." And then in my mind, I'm like, "Is this a test? Is he trying to see if I'm going to cancel because he's missing a tooth?" And then I was also like, "But I kind of do want to cancel. Like, I'd rather meet you with all your teeth. Like, I don't want to meet you.
Yeah.
My first impression is I'm missing a tooth, unless you're a hockey player, and then I understand why you're missing a tooth. But even hockey players have fake teeth, you know."
Yeah. The second time I went on this one girl, we finally got to the point where we got her shirt off, and she didn't even tell me this ahead
She's
of time.
missing a boob.
No, her
had a third
boobs
boob.
looked like they had been socked like 20
Hey,
times.
easy on that. Listen,
Wait, what do you mean? Like
I
they
have a
were
lazy
bruised?
boob. Let's not get weird about.
Hold on a second. I'm not talking about lazy boobs. It was black and blue. It has a huge bruise on it. That's what I'm going
Or like
at.
someone sucked on it really hard the
No,
night
like
before.
someone was
someone-
pounding it, and I asked her what the fuck happened. It was all purple right here,
Her whole boob
Oh my
like right on here. Yeah.
on both.
One of them.
Wow.
And it was like she was at something. It was like some sort of weird thing where they were doing one of those things on her, like for like minutes and minutes. And I was just like,
What?
That's weird.
That's something you should be told ahead of time.
What
right?
kind of thing?
Like,
Yeah, I'm confused.
you know, like when a dominatrix has like a stick with like a thing at the end that she hits your butt with.
So why was she being
She made it
hit
sound like
in
she was
her
getting.
boob?
I think she was at some sort of weird sex party, and they were hitting her with this thing.
I love that you like hook up with these girls that go to like these weird sex parties where they get beat, like their chest beat on. But then when they're like, "I want you to handcuff me," you're like, "That's crazy."
I don't say it's crazy. I just prefer sex where her hands are free.
Oh God. All right. Well, listen.
Hands are important during sex.
You guys are like the
They are.
easiest. You guys are like the best podcast. Like I could do another hour with you. I have another. I have to. We have to stop because we're out of time.
Before we stop, do either of you guys need an Uber pool? I got you.
I just want to say to the guys listening though, this is the thing. Like you don't have to spend a lot of money.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Guys.
You really don't. Like I love dive bars. I love, like, I don't want to go to a bad restaurant, but I'm fine with a place that has okay food that's not expensive. I just want the guy, all you want is a guy to make you feel like a girl. That's it. So it's like you just want the guy to like treat you well. If you're broke, but you're giving me a lot of attention, like asking how my day is and genuinely caring. Like if I had told a guy I was dating that I fucked up my eye yesterday and he was like, actually one of my guy friends was like, "Do you want me to bring you anything? Do you need it?"
that's
That
cute.
kind of shit goes so much further than money for me.
Oh no, I do agree. I mean, and like being thoughtful and generous with your time and energy, like that's.
And dick. Just kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all. Oh, I didn't even get
You
into
do get
that.
lucky
Do it.
though and find a lot of rich dudes.
We have like 5 more minutes because the
Okay.
next guy's running a little
I
late.
did have a crazy date story where I
Tell it.
met a guy with the smallest penis I've ever seen, and
Was it like a
literally-
micro penis?
Like it was like the size of my thumb.
When it was hard or soft, or did you even get it to the hard point?
No, like when it was like hard.
No. Your
Yes.
thumb?
Like it literally was like thumb size, and like, okay, he was black, and so it was like really
Oh my
thrown
God.
off because
I have a character on Snapchat. I don't know if this
confusing.
is PC, but I play a gay guy on Snapchat a lot.
That's not PC, but go on.
I know.
but
A flamboyant gay guy. And I always
Okay.
complain about guys who have small dicks. That's all I do. I go on
That's
these
your whole
grinder dates.
thing?
That's not only,
That's
but I
so
mean.
funny.
Yeah.
And his dick was the size of.
And he was black too in my story. And I go, the only time you should see a little black dick is if it's attached to a little black baby.
I truthfully agree.
I have a guy saved in my phone as Baby Dick because I was so attracted to him. I was so excited to fuck him. It had been built up for 2 years. And then when I saw his dick, it was so small. And then it was so disappointing because he couldn't stay hard. And then it just ruined my whole fantasy of him. And I saved him in my phone as Baby Dick. Whenever he texts me, it comes up as Baby Dick.
And even though it's not
That's
PC, I get gay
hilarious.
guys coming up to me telling me it's hilarious.
Oh, that's good.
That's-
That's good. Then it's fine.
So I'm happy
Yeah.
about it.
So what happened?
I mean, so it was I didn't know what to do. Like, I was just confused. Like, my whole life, like, I just was like, wait, because of one, I mean, there is the stereotype
tall was he?
about. He was on, like, more medium height, but I still kind of
5'9".
assumed because,
He was black, that he'd be at least average?
yeah, I assumed it was going to be at least 7. I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, 5 to 6 inches. I just thought that, like, at least 5. I was just so confused and life was just thrown off. I just
love that
didn't
you
know.
call
You're like,
5
do you
to
even have
6
condoms
inches.
that'll fit this?
By the way, I love that Sherelle is 5 to 6 inches is average. I think 4 inches is actually like the American
No, I
average.
think it's
I'm
5 or
serious.
6. I think she's right.
No, I think it's like 4.
It's like 5, I think.
All right.
I
well,
thought 5 to 6 was
I think it
average.
is too.
Let's ask Google. Let's ask Google.
I think
So what
4
did you
is-
have sex with him? Did you go down on him? What
Yeah.
happened?
What happened?
Well, no. Well, so okay, like here's what's the catch, because he kept saying, "Oh, I just want to go down on you," and I was like, "Well, okay."
You don't need your little dick for that.
exactly. So that's basically, yeah, what ended up happening.
And then
But
after you're done, you're like, bye.
yeah, I mean, I was like, time
I don't
for
know,
me to
I
go
don't
to
know what to
sleep.
do with that.
I was like, I don't know where you're gonna go, but you can't stay here. Like,
That must suck
Jesus.
to be a black guy with
You
a
should
little
have
dick. 'cause
sent
your
him-
expectations are high.
You should have sent him to meet up with Brian's chick who showed up with the McDonald's wrappers in the
they
car. And
match made in heaven. I was just so confused. I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I was like, the selling point was him wanting to just go down on me, and he was like, that's all I want to do. And I was like, okay, well, if that's
that
what
doesn't
you're
even
signing
turn
yourself
me
up
on,
for.
though, if I'm not into them. I mean, if I'm like, yeah, you might be able to get me off even if I'm not into you. If I close my eyes and really imagine someone else is doing it. But if I'm not
sometimes
attracted to
you.
you.
gotta just like, oh, okay.
By the way, just FYI, this is really funny. I just Googled, I think this is so funny. I Googled average penis size, but what pops up first is average penis size by year, like as if they're changing. Like average penis size for 2017 is different. But just FYI, the average length of a flaccid penis, see, this is where I was off, is 3.6, but hard, I mean erect, is 5.1.
Yeah,
so
we were there.
we were both right. Well, I was imagining a flaccid dick, which is sad.
Oh no, I was
5.1.
thinking
It's sad
when
that doesn't-
erect,
yeah.
5 to 6
Yeah.
inches.
I think
Usually
a flaccid 5.1-inch dick is a big flaccid dick.
Oh, that's
That
huge.
isn't
That's
because it's
scary
like when
dick.
it's
That's a
erect,
monster
it's gonna
dick.
be like 8-9 inches. Like
That's a monster.
I think some people are growers and some people are showers.
Listen,
though.
I don't want anything over 7 inside me. 7 is my. I like 7.
7 to
The
8.
thick, healthy 7, 8. That's it.
9 or anything above that. I'm
No,
like,
no, go do porn.
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm not cut out for this.
Listen, we have to go. I'm bummed. You guys are amazing. You both
is
were
fun.
amazing. I'm totally gonna have you both back again. Fantastic. Sherelle, where can people find you?
So everyone can follow me Instagram or Twitter at Sherelle Patrice. That's CHERELLE PATRICE. And I'm also on Facebook at The Sherelle Show. On Facebook.com, The Sherelle Show.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Brian Monarch.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Brian Monarch, BRIAN MONARCH, and on Snapchat I'm at Brian SFV, like San Fernando Valley. And yeah, I'm from the Valley.
You can go watch him do his gay
Valley.
Snapchat character.
No,
Oh my God, I'm
Oh,
going to see it now. I'm not on
God, so
Snapchat though.
Gay. I'm
I have
not
some
even-
Instagram. The good ones I put on Instagram.
All right, guys. I am at Kate Q Funny, as you know. I do want to say thank you so much to people that are supporting the podcast on Patreon. It really is making a huge difference. I'd be working at Chipotle without you guys. Not that that's bad, because I fucking love Chipotle. But anyway, thank you.
I'm
Make
gonna
sure.
Uber pool you to some Chipotle.
Actually, I'll go with you.
Let's go get some, girl. Yeah. Guys, make sure you check that out. It's patreon.com/KateQFunny. Thank you to my sponsors today. And guys, make sure you keep on listening to Date Fails. Leave a nice review if you love it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
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 You guys are